radio show may be over, but Gun Talk continues now in a more informal setting. Get ready for an on-topic, off-topic free-for-all featuring our show producer Jim Kinsey, Michelle, and Michael as they join Tom for the Gun Talk After Show. Enjoy.
It is the After Show. So glad that everybody could be with us. Glad that you're tuned in through the podcast, of course. If you are getting this and you're enjoying it, by all means, share it. Let everybody know that you're enjoying the After Show. It is kind of the podcast / After Show / circus, because we've got Michael, Jim, and Michelle are here. Hi, guys.
Salutations.
Hi.
Hello.
It's nice to do that. We didn't get to do this last week when I was at the NRA show, so I missed the After Show when we don't do this.
Yeah.
So I hope you feel appreciated. You should feel missed anyway.
He's such a romantic.
A little warm and fuzzy. Just a little warm and fuzzy.
Slightly addicted.
So that's kind of I've got the addictive personality. That's why I buy holsters all the time.
There you go.
I haven't had Tom this week. Oh, God.
Oh my God! I can't believe. I mean, I went to the store to get something else, and then I went by the rack. They had the holsters. I went, stop. I went, oh, look at that. Oh, that's cool.
Did you mention what you picked up?
I got the DeSantis Nemesis. It's a little slide-in pocket holster for the Glock 42 with a crimson trace on it, and then this little goofy thing called a VersaCarry. It's kind of cool.
I've seen them. I haven't used them.
I've used one, actually.
It's a clip. It's got a little, I call it a pencil.
Yep.
It goes up in the barrel of the gun, kind of a thing.
Wouldn't that be cold against your body with the metal?
Not for long.
Yeah, that's true. True. Never mind.
There you go. Put your gun in the oven for a while to warm it up before you put it on, right?
Yeah, not the
what
microwave.
What could go wrong?
We have the legal team on line 4 for Tom.
Yeah, that's right. Tom, your insurance company wants to talk to you now.
Oh, hey, speaking of phones, we got some live ones.
Yes.
We got some live
Oh,
ones.
we do. Okay, let's go there right now. Line 4. Stephen, calling out of Georgia. Stephen, what did you buy?
I bought a Ruger Mark III Hunter with the 6.8-inch barrel in stainless steel.
Okay. What's the problem?
Well, I don't think it's a problem. I think it's just the fact that it's a new gun. And you talked a lot on your show today about lubricants and about stainless steel and all that. When you pull the slide on it, it feels gritty. Mm-hmm. And I know there's nothing in it. It's clean. It's brand new. And I think what it is it's just parts wearing against each other for the very first time.
I think you're right. And let me have you shot it at all yet?
No, I haven't. I haven't had the opportunity. It's been raining here.
Yeah, it's raining all over the world, as the song says. I know. It's a rainy night in Georgia, which is where you happen to be.
That's right.
So there you go. Here's my suggestion. First, don't shoot it dry. Make sure you got good lube. If you got some of the Slip 2000 stuff, use that. Use a good lube on it. Okay. Lube it up really well, and then run 500 rounds through it, and see if that doesn't. And keep lubing it, because here's what's happening. And I mean, you've got it figured out. As it wears in, it's going to smooth out, and the only way things smooth out is by wearing little pieces of metal, little fine pieces of metal. And so you want a lot of lube in there so it will float these little pieces of metal as it breaks in.
Right.
And after about 500 rounds, if you're keeping it nice and lubed while you're shooting it, yeah, that's a good point. Michael says, check the manufacturer's instructions. Some don't want you to remove factory lubrication. To them, I say,
well, it was completely dry when I got it. I mean, it was like it'd been dipped in solvent.
Lube it up, take care of it. There's no such thing as too much lube when you're breaking it in. Later on, a little bit too much lube might attract dirt, particularly if it's oil-based stuff. I don't know if you heard earlier, but we had the Slip 2000 guy on. You can get a free package from them. Okay, so get some of that stuff anyway. But definitely lube it up, shoot the heck out of it, and see if it doesn't smooth out. I'm guessing by the time you get 500 rounds through it, it's going to be pretty slick. The other issue here, and we also talked about that on the show today, it's a stainless steel gun.
Yes.
In my view, stainless steel guns feel a little grittier, a little stickier. There are trade-offs, of course. You don't have as much of a corrosion issue with them. But I think, generally speaking, carbon steel guns feel slicker to me. And so you got that working against you. That's another point where you want to use a good lube on it and really get it broken in right. But I think it'll work fine for you. Those are delightful pistols. I just love shooting those things. And it's a great, great gun to start people out with. Take them out and let them shoot 22s through that gun.
Well, I wanted you to know I bought this because of the great enabler.
Well, I'm so glad that we could help you out.
And here's the thing. My wife bought it with her credit card and gave it to me.
Wait. You may be my hero.
Does she have any sisters?
That's terrific. Well, I'll tell you what, do me a favor, Stephen. After you take it out, after you put about 500 rounds through it, would you give us a call back and let us know how it's working?
Sure.
That'd be great. I'd like to get a follow-up on this. That'd be wonderful.
One minor point on that. If say I run 100 rounds through it, should I clean it and relube it and then, or
I would if you're going to shoot them all in one day, I'd just shoot them. If you're going to bring it back, I'd go ahead and clean it and then relube it. But I would not stop in the middle of shooting to clean it. I would just keep lubing it and keeping it, I'd shoot the heck out of it.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good.
Thanks for the call, Stephen. I appreciate it. That's yeah, guys, you'll hear people talk about breaking in a gun. That's what we're talking about. It's not the barrel. Yeah, you got to break in barrels on super accurate rifles, but a gun like this, it's mainly about getting the parts to wear together so they smooth out, and that you do want to keep it lubed when you do that. Do you guys break in guns, or you just take them, shoot them as much as you can? Because it's at least with a 22, it's only 500 rounds. Now, that could be like 10 years to find 500 rounds.
Right. That's the problem, yeah.
My gun rusted in the meantime.
That's right. So what happened to your gun? It just doesn't work anymore. Yeah, I just ran out of ammo and couldn't find it anymore. So there you go. Actually, I'm finding some 22 ammo out there these days.
Yep, that's the problem.
Yeah, and I'm finding 500, and I'm getting them online. You can find some nearby. I got an email from a guy I got to share with you guys just today. He said he's 70 years old. He was waiting at a store for him to open so he could get in and get some ammo, and there were several young guys there. And when the doors opened, he said these young guys just practically ran over him, shoved him to the side against the wall, and ran in to grab up all the ammo so they could buy it. Nice. I said, okay, that's, there are several things wrong here, but, if you're one of those guys, hey, let's not do that. You're a jerk.
Shape up.
Thank you, because I had another way I was going to say it, and I couldn't say it on the radio, so thank you. So there it is. Kevin's got a call here from on line 3. He's out of Junction, Texas. Talking about his AR-15. Hey, Kevin.
I bought I ordered a Radical firearm upper for AR-15 and 5.56, and I'm just curious about buffer spring weight, and because I don't want to get one too light to where it's beating itself apart, and I don't want to get one too heavy to where it's causing itself a short stroke. So, do you have any idea on what weight would be a good one to go with? Just putting one together.
I do not. You're outside of what I work with. Guys, you guys any thoughts on it? No.
I'm looking blankly at Michelle.
Yeah.
Here's what I'm going to suggest you do. There's a website called AR15builder.com.
Okay.
It's actually put together by Brownells, and they help you select parts from the beginning to the end, everything. And it's just AR15builder.com. I think if you go there, you can figure out what you're looking for, and if that doesn't work, then I'm going to send you to the experts, and those are the technical guys at Brownells. If you give them a call during regular business hours and just say, I got an AR-15 technical question, they will route you to these guys, and they absolutely know everything, and it's free service.
All right. And then I got one more question about scopes.
Go for it.
Do you know anything about primary arms scopes?
Nope, never heard of them.
All right. Well, thank you, Tom.
Well, let me ask you a question. Hey, let me ask you a question. Why are you focusing on stuff that people never heard of when there's all these mainline products out there?
Well, I'm trying to keep it budget for now. But if it makes you feel any better, I'm going with a Timney trigger.
All right.
Well, okay, that one I know about. Actually, I'm going to be with John Veer from Timney Trigger this week. We're doing all of our Guns and Gear studio shoots, and he is always so much fun. So we'll be talking triggers and playing with those. So good for you. Timney Trigger's a great AR trigger. At least I appreciate the call. Let's do this, guys. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, I want to get Ron on here from Medford, Oregon, and we can pick up our conversation at that point. So we'll be right back with more Gun Talk.
EWL by Slip 2000 is the absolute best gun lube available, period. It will never gum up or become sticky. It won't attract dust, dirt, or sand, and doesn't freeze in cold weather. It penetrates and bonds with a metal-reducing friction and wear, which means less cleaning and easier cleaning. Why not try it? Visit our participating dealer for a free sample or go to slip2000.com. That's slip2000.com.
All right, we are back with the after show here, and let's go straight to the phones. Ron's on line 2, calling out of Medford, Oregon. Hey, Ron, how are you?
I'm doing good, Tom. How about you?
Good. Is this an old Savage over and under you got?
Oh, it's been around a while, but I mean, it's great condition. It's like new.
Okay.
It's an over and under 20 gauge, 222 chamber for the rifle. And my question is, 222s are kind of drying up. And they're getting harder to find, and I was wondering if, since it's, two different tubes, if I couldn't have that top rifle bored out to a 223.
You actually can. The 223 came from the 222. You could have it rechambered. What I'm concerned about is that you could end up spending more on it than the whole gun is worth. Let me ask you a question, because I just did a real quick look, and I'm finding 222 ammo everywhere.
Really?
Maybe it's more expensive than 223, but you can get 222 ammo, and with that rifle, you're not going through vast quantities of ammo.
Probably 10 or 15 boxes of the 222, but I had a fellow that wanted to buy the gun, and I thought, well, I can't sell it in good faith if the ammo's dried up, but maybe it's just not available here in Medford.
No, if you're looking in stores, you're going to run up against that problem. It's not a real popular caliber now, but you can find 222 ammo with no problem online. Now, your local store, honestly, now, Michelle, you can help me out. If you're a local store, you're not going to be selling a lot of 222, so you're not going to stock much, right?
Right. You might keep just a box, maybe 2 fresh. And keep in mind, too, that these companies, when they make this ammunition, they run it at very specific times and very limited quantities. So what you get is basically what you get, and it's a matter of timing.
It's a good point, because they're not going to be running the 222 line year-round. They're going to make it for a week or two, and that's their supply for the year.
Yep.
Right.
And your local store may not have it. So, but you're not going to run into problems finding ammo for it, as long as you're willing to buy online, or your dealer, if you got a dealer you like and you work with. Michelle, they could go to a dealer and say, look, could you order me, some 223 ammo or 222 ammo, and they could get that in, right?
As long as somebody had it within their distribution, absolutely.
Yeah, so you could have them do that. But as far as finding it on the shelves, that's going to be difficult.
Right. That might be a little bit harder just to find it everywhere, because not all stores go in depth. They go with what is popular and lots of times inexpensive. And so large quantity turnover is more important to them than going the whole range of ammunitions. Pun intended.
Ron, my takeaway on this is this, Ron. I would not do it. Yeah, it might be technically possible, but because you've got a nice, cool over and under rifle, 20 gauge 222, it's classic. The 222 is a great caliber, by the way. I would just make sure you can find some ammo. Even if you want to sell it to somebody, they'll be able to find ammo. I would not mess with it. I would not rechamber it. I would just keep it the way it is.
Okay, well, do I have time to make one comment?
Yeah, sure.
You talked to a fellow earlier about some of the gun laws in Oregon, and I happen to be affected by those. 75% of the state are conservative gun owners, and those laws are being enforced by 25% of people in the greater Portland area who have the majority of liberal voters. Oregon in general is a very conservative state. It just doesn't vote that way, it seems like.
Well, 75% of the land mass may be conservative, but not 75% of the people, because you got them located in 3 population centers, and they are voting liberal, and that's why you have not just a majority, you have a super majority in your legislature.
Correct.
And because of that, they don't need to even listen to the Republicans. They just say, this is what it's going to be. We're not even going to let you bring anything up. We're not going to let you bring any witnesses. We're not going to let you do anything. We're going to do whatever we want. And until and unless the Oregon voters change that, that's what you're going to get.
Yeah, when we're up against such a high volume of liberal voters that it's hard to beat that consecrated area that they have up there. So
well, that's true, but there is something you can do. And here's the thing. Unfortunately, most gun owners and conservatives, which are not exactly the same thing, tend to be of the mindset of, I want to be left alone. I don't want to be a part of a group. I don't need a group to validate my choices. We've got to change. We have to be joiners. We have to get involved. We have to dedicate part of our lives to doing this. If we don't do that, we will become a smaller and smaller and smaller group as far as politically, and we're going to continue to lose things like this. And, you got a lot of people around you who will get involved or could get involved. I don't know if they will. But here's the question. How do you get hunters involved? They shrug. They don't care. I don't see it as a problem. It's not a big deal. Until if you could get all the hunters in Oregon active on this, you could win every one of these elections.
Yeah, well, you hit the nail right on the head. It's getting everybody involved. So,
and it's like, okay, I don't want to put you on the spot, but there are gun rights groups in Oregon. Do you belong to any of them?
Oh, yes.
Good deal.
Social media is another place to go for that. I mean, that's huge now. You think social media would be a way to reach out and I mean, it's being used.
It's a great point.
Being used against us for so long now. It's starting to turn around a little bit.
And in this case, social media mostly means Facebook.
Right.
I mean, there are a few others, but Facebook dwarfs everything else.
Yep.
But you got to get involved with things like the Oregon firearms owners. You got to be involved with the various groups. And being involved means more than just sending them a check. It means showing up when they say we're going to have a rally in Salem. You got to show up. The world belongs to those who show up. And if we don't show up, then they will show up. And then when they come out of the meeting, they will tell us what's going to happen to us because we had no voice there. If you're not sitting at the table, they're going to come out of the meeting and say, this is what we just decided. You weren't there.
I've been listening to you guys for a long time, and I've been banging the same drum. So
I appreciate it, man. Just keep banging the drum and keep grabbing people and, load your car up with people and drive up there and go to the meetings. And when your legislators come home, buttonhole them, go see them, talk to them. Politely, of course, but there you go. All right, I appreciate the call and appreciate your work out there. Guys, thinking about this, and I don't know the answer to this. How do we get gun owners, and especially hunters, involved in gun rights, more involved than just saying, well, those SOBs up there did this again? And going, yeah, were you there? And I hate to beat up on hunters, but hunters are the worst subcategory in the gun-owning population. They just don't get involved.
Well, what about the ammo ban? You can use that as your entrance point. You guys were never with us before because it didn't affect you.
Well, don't you hear? Your guy says, I got all the ammo I need for the rest of my life. I can hunt with that. I don't care. You're going, really? That's what you got, huh? Well, if the other side, I mean, it really is. If the other side outworks you, then the other side wins. And here's the weird part. I'm just going to sound weird. That's how it ought to be. The group that works hardest, that shows up, that is the loudest, is the group that ought to win. That's democracy in action.
Yes,
that's how it works.
As opposed to looking into Michelle's doe in the headlights. Last segment you asked this question. None of us responded.
What did I say?
You asked about the AR-15. The guy's building AR-15. He's on a budget. He's trying to save a little bit of money. And he said, any of you guys done that? I heard a...
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm going, hello? Anybody home? Hello? Hello?
Yeah. You'll have that. Okay.
Oh, well. I was looking at something earlier today. It was interesting. The guy was basically saying, all right, gun guys, do not ever think about contacting a judge or a court and telling them what they should be doing. You can contact your legislators, you can talk to elected officials, but you do not contact a judge and say, you need to live up to your oath. You're not protecting the Constitution. Judges don't respond well to that, and it makes you look like a a knucklehead that doesn't understand the process, and it's counterproductive. Yes, you do that for legislators and for other people, but not judges. And other people were saying, well, what are you saying? I shouldn't voice my opinion? And I wanted to say, that's correct, because your opinion makes you and us all look stupid. So do us all a favor and shut up.
Do you hear those gunshots in the background, Tom? Are you hearing those?
Are you sticking your gun out the window and shooting?
No. We have a shooting event going on. We have a shooting event going on, and I'm thinking, in any other...
Is that downtown? Is this like, some of the...
No, a sanctioned shooting event.
I see.
I'm thinking any other circumstance, it's not good to have noise in the studio, etc. And I'm thinking, but it's gunshots. He'll understand.
It's gunshots. It's all good.
Road trip.
The sound of freedom.
Yeah.
What kind of event is it? Do you know?
No, actually, it's our neighbors.
It sounds expensive, though.
Yeah, they've been at it for about 3 hours. And
oh, really?
Yeah, it hasn't been full auto, but it's been quick semi-auto. They spent
Still
a couple $100
banging away.
They've gone through, what, $300 already?
If not more. I mean, the one, whatever I was just hearing sounds like a pretty big caliber gun, so I don't know.
Yeah, and there's a lot of them. But
when you walked in, Michael, this morning or this afternoon, you said had a really good day at the class or something like that. What were you talking about?
Oh, we did a CCW class yesterday, one of the first in the season, well, at least for me anyway. It was a lot of fun, great weather, extremely windy. We spent probably 35% of the time making sure that the targets were still standing up and not blowing all over the place. And we had, sandbags on them and everything too. But, that having been said, it was just a great group of people. Most of them were pretty novice. And by the time they left, they were shooting better than any group I can remember in a long time. It was cool. Very rewarding. A lot of women, we had a couple nurses, a couple of school teachers. That was pretty cool. And a couple of veterans. So, I think there were 16 people.
Now, remind me, can teachers carry there?
Now, in Ohio, I think it really depends on the jurisdiction, but no, not by Ohio law. So,
okay, generally not. Okay.
Right. And I think they're trying to change that, but it's probably going to be a little while yet.
Well, they're not qualified. That's the problem.
Depends on what they teach.
Yeah, that's right. They're not police officers, right? Yeah. Well,
if it's art,
the police officers aren't there, so it's okay.
I'm kidding. But anyway, it was nice to kick the season off pretty well. I think I'm excited for this year. I got made an adjunct instructor, so so it's going to be a lot of fun.
You.
Yeah, thank you. Looking forward to it.
Good.
And I'm also looking forward to getting on the range more because I'm not doing enough shooting as it is.
There is that. It's one of all of us, even when you're in the business, as our people always say, well, you get to shoot all the time. Says, no, actually, I don't. Not nearly as much as you'd think. I probably get to shoot a little bit more than a lot of people, but I know a lot of people, especially competitive shooters, who shoot 10 times or 100 times more rounds than I will, which kind of spins us back to how do you get to the range more often, and if you can't, what's good practice that you can do when you're not at the range?
Right. It's kind of bittersweet. You're watching all these people shooting, and you're like, well, I want to do that, but I have to sit here and correct and help you. But I want to do it.
No, it's kind of like working today with all the shooting going on outside.
Right.
It's like, I like working, but I'd rather be shooting. And now you got to make me listen to it for 3 hours? Thanks, guys.
That's right. That's not right.
We need to put a range up in the studio, Jim.
There you go. Okay.
Well, I'm surprised you don't have airsoft or something there.
Yeah. There we go.
Sims.
Sims. That's right. During the breaks, just run across there, and I'll swat you a couple times with Sims. But actually, you could do an airsoft range. It'd be a lot of fun.
Okay.
As long as you don't mind people like stepping on the little plastic balls everywhere.
Yeah, it'd be sort of tough to work wearing safety goggles the whole day, though.
That's true. That's true.
Oh, I don't know.
Kills your peripheral
vision.
vision.
Get that podcast up 10 minutes ago, Hooper.
I can't see.
That's right. Swat. That's right. Smack, smack.
Man, they do hurt.
As long as it's not paintball. Paintball would be kind of a problem in the studio. I don't know.
Well,
we have a huge, I got to tell you, we got a huge pile of guns.
Ooh.
Which is always a good thing. I like to start off a conversation that way. I just got a huge pile of guns. Really?
Tom, you're in the mall.
We're take them down to the studio for the TV shoot for Guns and Gear. So we have all this new stuff from Ruger and Smith and Mossberg and Sig, and Timmy Triggers is coming in, and the ammo companies are coming in. We got all this cool stuff. So we'll spend the next 2 weeks just, in the studio talked about all this, and a little bit at the range, but mostly it's studio stuff. But it's a huge pile of cool new things. Man, they're bringing out new product like crazy.
Well, I said to Jim while we were on a break earlier, I was excited to see that Ruger brought back their SP-101 327 Magnum. Because I
know.
I'm so excited for that. I can't wait to get one into the store because it is a fabulous training, fabulous caliber for women because you can shoot any kind of 32 ammo basically through it. 32 Smith & Wesson or long or H&R Mag, and just the ability to put that 327 Magnum in for home defense. Now I think it's a 4 1/4 inch barrel or whatnot. So maybe not the ideal gun for concealed carry, but wow, what a great gun for the home. So that's exciting.
Would you like to see that? Would you like to see that come out in a shorter barrel?
I think a shorter barrel would be great for concealment purposes. Absolutely. Can you make that happen?
327.
Here's what I'm wondering. What I would like to know is, could they do that in the LCR, that polymer revolver of theirs?
Yeah, I don't know.
They've got that in a 357 Magnum. That would be
38 that I
sweet.
carry is pretty, it holds up perfectly to that, the polymer, So I don't see why they couldn't make a 327 out of it.
The GT27. The
You could get one more
GT27.
round in it.
Right.
GT27.
That's your
there
next
you go.
gun.
That
Do we
form
have to wait
factor.
till 7 more years to do that?
Yeah. A lot of people make fun of that form factor, though, but I find it to be extremely comfortable, very easy to shoot, very small, light as all get out. I couldn't believe it when I first picked it up.
And a good trigger.
Oh, the most amazing trigger of any gun I've got. Easily. And it's double action.
Yep, the Ruger LCR, light compact revolver. It is delightful. I think they could, I'll have to check. They might be able to do 6 rounds in that. And this, correct me now, Michelle, but the 327 Federal, it has the same power as like a 38 plus P.
I don't know what that is offhand. I mean, honestly, but it's got to be really close. I've shot it in the 327 mag with the regular Federal ammunition, and I told Jim it's not impossible to shoot, but for what the gun is, it takes you by surprise at first. So I just think it's a Magnum cartridge.
You're not going to practice with it, yeah.
Right. But it's not that it's impossible. It doesn't hurt the hand because, believe me, I've shot plenty of 38s and a plus P load out of a lightweight gun that have hurt my hand with the recoil. So this isn't like that at all. I think it's more of a noise factor than a feel factor in recoil.
Well, I'm just looking it up now, and a 115 grain bullet doing almost 1,700 feet per second. This is not a 38 special. This is a 357 Magnum type cartridge.
But it doesn't feel it. It does not feel like that at all.
Yeah, and they say it has less recoil. It has the same kind of energy as a 357 Magnum, but you get 6 shots in a compact revolver, and it has a little bit less recoil.
Thank you,
I
Ruger.
hear the shooting.
Isn't it cool?
It's got to be driving you guys crazy.
I love it.
Well, I'm just going to borrow some ammo before I go and leave. And
That's right. As soon as we shut down the studio, we're all going out there and saying, "Okay, we're here.
Yeah,
we brought our guns."
You guys think you guys are burning through ammo? Listen to this.
There's a mortgage.
We brought cleaning supplies. Can we shoot with you if we bring some cleaning stuff? We got the Slip 2000
We'll
package.
clip
with
up
us.
all your brass and take that for you.
Speaking of that,
There
Tom,
you go.
Mike wasn't at our last after show. And he just got his Slip 2000
That's
care
right.
package when he came in today.
You got the care package.
Yes, I did, and I was just telling Jim how I was after shooting a little bit. I need to go buy some more cleaning supplies because I'm running low. And no, I don't have to.
Very good.
I've been wanting to try that stuff forever anyway. So this is actually a very hidden surprise for me.
Right. You're going to buy other guns.
Wait a minute. That means he didn't listen to the podcast?
Oh.
No, I was out of the area.
You can't get those podcasts out state.
No, you can't get them when you don't have access to. Shut up, Michelle.
That's right. The internet is not allowed to cross state lines.
No.
Till Al Gore says so.
Oh, how embarrassing.
Jim, when are you going to get those mics you can throw down like on stage?
I'm feeling an airsoft moment.
As Michelle puts on her goggles.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, sweet.
I was going to say, and this might sound kind of like a silly thing to say, but I've played a lot of paintball in the past. And I'm not saying I want to get shot with some munition, but I would love an opportunity to go out and try to use it at some point. So if you're ever in the area and you bring any of that stuff, call me up. We can shoot at my truck. And
or get yourself down there when we're doing the first-person defender shoot. We'll throw you into the middle of one of these and, see what happens.
Hey, that'd be great. Yeah, I'd love that.
That would be fun. I mean, it's a fun. I mean, and you've seen the show. It is so much fun, and people go.
I would imagine you learn even more being there doing it, even than just watching it too.
You do. And it's kind of weird, but we learn a lot watching it and seeing how people react, and you kind of go, wow, same thing. I never thought of that. Never thought anybody would do that. We learn that people let other people get way too close to them, and also what we learn is that generally speaking, people will, if they start shooting, they're going to shoot 5, 6, or 7 shots. That's just a given, which is what kind of brought me back to liking the double stack magazine guns. Mm-hmm. I love the comfort of a single stack, but after watching it, I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to shoot 7 shots first time out. I'd like to have something left.
Spare mags and spare gun. I thought the weirdest part about the series is when you guys wear those Michelin Man suits home afterwards. Sitting at Bob Evans or something.
Wearing them home is not hard. It's the driving in the car. It's just you have to slide the seat way back.
Do you know why I pulled you over, sir? I got a pretty good idea.
Oh, no, officer, I have no idea.
Officer says, it appears to me that your tread is worn down below the minimum standards.
Can't see Lincoln's head on this penny, so you're going to jail, son.
Put your hands behind your back. I'm sorry, I can't do that.
As far as I got. Yeah.
That's all I got. This thing, it just never takes long to go completely off the rails. God, I don't know what this thing is. It has nothing to do with the people involved, I'm sure.
No, not at all.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, I'm back to the 327 Federal and the Ruger. Ooh. I want the LCR in this cartridge. I want a 6-shot LCR in this cartridge now.
I don't need another LCR.
If you want, I will test that product for you.
Will you? Okay.
Yes. I will help you.
By the way, you know the rules now because Ruger brought this out and you like this, Michelle. The rule is you have to get one because we know historically when they bring it out, it's out for a while and then there's a chance it could go away again, especially when you really like something and you're thinking, but wait, I wanted to buy one of those.
No, I agree.
So buy 3 and Jim and I will take one.
Yeah, it's better than guys like me sitting around the cobwebs waiting for the 44 carbine to come out again. Buy them when you can get them.
Buy them when you can get them. I can't tell you how many times I've thought, well, I'll get that next year, and then you go, what do you mean they don't make it anymore?
Yep.
What? I think a lever action carbine in a 327 Federal.
Ooh,
that would be fun.
Ooh,
that'd be kind of fun, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
you're probably getting 2,000 feet per second out of this thing. So
a little Henry or Marlin or something.
Yeah,
cool.
Pretty sweet. And like Michelle says, you can also shoot 32 H&R and 32
Smith & Wesson.
I'd have to buy a horse if I got that gun.
Smith & Wesson long. It's because it's all the same rim.
Oh.
Now, do you have to pull the trigger harder on the longer cartridges?
No, I don't think so.
Maybe I don't know. I may be confused on this. It's just
been around guns long, you guys?
Not that much, no. I don't know. Jeez. All right, guys. Well, I think we have wasted some good time again. Your job for this week is to take your clean products. I expect a shipment of guns or dirty guns from me.
Awesome.
And, don't expect to get them back. I'm just. They will be clean though.
No forwarding address, no return label.
What inventory sheet?
I may have to think this over again. Okay. All right, guys. Well, be safe out there. Check your 6, okay?
You too, sir. Hey, have a great week.
Awareness is ramped up. All right, you guys too. We'll do it again next week because nobody can stop us. Adios.
See ya.
Well, there you go. Another Gun Talk After Show is in the can. We sure do appreciate you sticking around. And remember, everything Gun Talk is available 24/7 at guntalk.com. See you next week for the Gun Talk After Show.